We live in a world that is owned by God but governed by Caesar. So many people do not understand what we call Caesar. Caesar is the systems of the world that governs the world. There is a proverb that says, if the person that you want to rob his house knows that you want to rob his house, it's going to prevent you from robbing his house. So what does the person that want to rob the bank or the house will do? It will make it look, you never see the person coming. And in 2026 in Nigeria, there's going to be a change of tax laws. And a lot of people are already afraid of the tax laws. A lot of people are scared of the tax laws. Now, if you're a business owner, consult your have a tax consultant. Not just a tax consultant that is an entrepreneur that also understands the advantage of this thing. Let me tell you, all over the world, billionaires and millionaires of the world don't run away from paying tax. What they do is that they don't invent tax, they avoid it legally and morally. And let me tell you, including the country where you're watching this from, there is a law for avoiding some of the taxes and there is a loopholes in them. All you need to do is that you need to raise your education. But how do you dine with Caesar? You need to know that Caesar will always extend the hand of fellowship with you if you understand the laws of Caesar. Caesar do things as a punishment, as an incentive. So tax is both incentives and punishment. What does that mean? It means that part of tax is what the government wants you to stop doing. Part of tax is what government wants you to start doing. So you need to understand that. How can I understand this? If you realize that one of the tax laws for 2026 is saying that if you are into agricultural produce, the government said it tax exempted. If you work in the military, the government says you are not going to be paying an income tax. As a business owner, you need to begin to restructure your business. You need to realize that expenses are not taxable. And because expenses are not taxable, what are the expenses of your business? You need to put your books in order. You need to be able to do all of this thing. But remember this, the tax is one of the code of the Caesar. And the Caesar often use tax to get people on board. But at the same time, the Caesar also use tax to honor people. So you are going to choose. If you're going to allow the Caesar's law to make you humble, or to receive honor from it. So your education have to change. You need to begin to understand Caesar in its totality and begin to seek the education of the rich and the education of the wealthy, because this education is important for you to change everything in the coming year. 2026, there's going to be a change of tax in Nigeria, and you want to prepare yourself for this opportunity. But I want to encourage you to take your education more serious in the year 2026.